Hello everyone. Today in this video, I am going to solve a level 5 Sudoku puzzle, which is a graduate level Sudoku. If you want to solve the same Sudoku along with me or after the video, you can go to the description of this video. I've given a link there, and the code of this, the ID or code of this level 5 Sudoku. You can put on the website in the search box, and then you can solve the same Sudoku along with me. So let's get started. In the starting, I am going to put all the possibilities by just clicking on the given software. Now, let's start with first one. So I can see the possibility of 1 in this box 6 is 1 in this cell. So I can put 1 over there. So I can remove the 1 from these two cells and these three cells. Now let's move on to 2. So in this box 6, 2 can only be in these two cells. So we can remove these two cells, these two from these two cells. So 2 cannot be over here and 2 cannot be over here. And I think there is one more thing going on in this box 6. There is naked triplets of 4, 8 and 6. There is 4, 8, 6. This is 4, 8 and this is 4, 8, 6. So we can remove 4, 8, 6 from the remaining cells of this box. So 4 can be removed from these two cells and 8 can be removed from these two cells, and since there is no 6, also we can remove 4, 8, 6 from this column except these three cells. So 6 cannot be over here. Now let's move on to 4. 4 cannot be over here and here, and 8 cannot be over here and here. So I think now I have a naked single of 9 in this box. So I can remove all the 9s from this box and also from this row and also from this column. Now I think there is a naked pair of 2 and 5 in these two cells in this row. So 2 and 5 can be eliminated from the remaining cells of this row. So let's remove the 2 first. So there is no 2 except these cells. Let's move on to 5. So there are 5s which can be removed from this row. So now I think there is a naked single of 7 in this row. So in this cell, I think so 7 can be eliminated from this, and there is no elimination now. Now let's move on to 8. Then 9. Okay, in this box 2, the possibility of 9 in this is only in these three cells. In this column, 3 is fixed in this box, so 9 cannot be over here. Now let's move again to 1, and then 2, and then 3. Okay, so in this box 1, the possibility of 3 is in only these two cells. So in this row, in this column, 3 cannot be in other cells except these two cells. So 3 can be removed from here. So now in box 4, the possibility of 3 is only in this cell. So I can put 3 over there. So now I can remove the 3 from these two cells. So now there is only one possibility of 3 in this box 5. I can put 3 over here. I can put 3 over here. So now I can remove 3 from here Also, in box 3, the possibility of 3 is only in between these two cells. So 3 can be removed from here. So in box 1, the possibility of 3 is only in this cell. Now, so now let's move on to 4, then 5. Okay. In the box 4, the possibility of 5 is only in between these two cells. So we can remove the 5 from this cell. So the possibility of 5 in this box 7 is only in this cell. So 5 can be over here, and now we can remove 5 from these two cells. So now 5 should be here. So 5 can be removed from these cells. Now we can say in this box 2, 5 should be in between these two cells. So we can remove the 5 from these two cells. Let's move on to 4 again. 4 should be here, naked single, and now we can remove 4 from these three cells, and also from these two cells, and also from these cells. So 6, let's move on to 6. 6 should be here, so I can remove 6 from this cell and these cells and this cell. Now 6 should be in this cell. Also, let's move on to 2. 2 should be over here, naked single, and 2 can be removed from these cells. So now 2 should be in this cell, and there is no elimination. So let's move on to 5 now. 5 should be over here, and 5 can be removed from these cells. And in this box 3, 5 should be in this cell. So 5 can be removed from here. So in box 2, 5 should be over here. So now let's move on to 1. In the box 9, 1 should be over here. So 1 can be eliminated from this cell. So, 4, 5. Okay, let's move on to 2. 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7. So okay, so there is this hmm, I think this strategy is known as a skyscraper. I'm talking about 7. If I look for 7 in this column 2 and column 9, I'm going to mark them as green color. Sorry, not this one. This 7, this 7, this 7, and this 7. So there is another cell which is in orange. Let me put the highlight the 7 again. So in the column 2, the possibility of 7 is only between these two cells which are in green. And in column 9 also the possibility of 7 is only in between these two cells. So now this both the columns have same base, which is the row 9. So now the any cell which can see both these two tops of the skyscraper, this one and this one. For example, this cell can see both of them, this one and this one. Also, I think there is another cell also. Let me highlight it. This orange one. So this orange one can also see this 7 and this 7. So we can eliminate the 7 from these orange cells which can see both the tops of the skyscraper. So now let me remove the 7 from here and here. Oh my god, oh I just made a mistake, sorry. I have to remove the 7 from the highlighted cells. For example, I can remove the 7 from here and here. Okay. So now remove the colors. Now I can see 7 is fixed in this box in this row. So we can remove the 7 from here. Let's move on to it. So in the box 7, 8 is fixed in these two rows, these two cells. So we can remove the 8 from here and here. Now let's move on to let's move on to 9. Let's move on to 1 again, then 2. Then let's move on to 3. mm, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8. Hmm. And then 9. Okay, there is Y wing, or you can also say XY wing. Let me mark the cells first with the green color. This is sorry, remove, let me remove the color first. 4 9, and this is 8 9, and there is a hinge cell which is 4 8. So there are 3 cells containing 3 digits, and each cell contains only 2 digits, which is called by value cells. So 4 8 9, there are 3 digits. This cell contains 4 9, this is 4 8, and this is 8 9. So now this 4 8 cell is the hinge cell which can see both these two cells. 4 8 can see this 4 9, and 4 8 can see this 8 9. Now this pattern is known as XY wing, and any cell that contains the digits which are common between these two cells which are in green, the common digit is 9. So any cell that can see 9 can be eliminated. Both the 9. Any cell that can see both the 9 can be eliminated. So here the cell which can see both the 9 is, I can mark this as blue, this is 7 9. This cell can see this 4 9, and this cell can see also this 8 9. So in the blue cell we can remove the 9 because this cell can see both these two cells. So only possibility remaining in this blue cell is 7. So we can eliminate the 7s from the um, from this cell, and also from these two cells, and also from this cell. So now I think this puzzle is reduced and is giving some hints. So this cell should be 7, so these two cells cannot be 7. Now I can say this cell should be 7, so this cannot be 7. And now this should be 7 actually, and this also should be 7. So now we have solved for 7. Great. Now let's move on to 2. In this box 1, the possibility of 2 is only in this cell, so we can put 2 over there. And now we can remove the 2 from these two cells. Now let's move on to 3. The possibility of 3 is in this box 9, should be here because this is naked single. And now we can remove 3 from these two cells and from this cell also. So now we can see 3 should be in this cell and 3 should be in this cell. So 3 is solved now. Now let's move on to 4. 4 should be here. So now Let's move on to 8. There is naked single of 8 in this cell, and so it cannot be over here. So now let's move on to 6. This should be 6. So 6 should be removed from this cell. Now this cell should be 6. So 6 cannot be in these two cells. Great. Now let's move on to 2. So this cell should be 2. So 2 cannot be in these two cells and cannot be in this. So now let's move on to 9. There is naked single of 9. So 9 can be eliminated from here. And let's move on to 1. So this should be 1. 1 can be eliminated from this cell. And let's move on to 5 now. So 5 should be here. 5 can be eliminated from these two cells. So remaining 5 is over here. So 5 is solved now. Good. Now let's move on to 2. 2 should be over here. So 2 can be eliminated. And the remaining 2 will be here. So 2 is also solved now. Let's move on to 8. There is naked single of 8. So 8 can be eliminated from these cells. Now there is naked single of 8 in this cell. So 8 can be eliminated. 8 can be eliminated. Hmm. So now let's move on to 1. 1 can be over here. So 1 can be eliminated. And now the remaining 1 should be here and here. So 1 is solved now. Let's move on to 6 now. So there is an interesting pattern which is known as unique rectangle. Let me mark the cells first. So I'll mark with orange. This is 4 6, this is 4 6, and this is also 4 6. But this 4 6 I'm marking in blue. And let me remove the color of this cell. Oh, sorry. Wait a minute. 4 6 4 6 4 6 and 4 6. But I changed the color of that cell. Okay. Now this 4 6, this 4 6, and this 4 6, and this cell also contains 4 6. So this is making a rectangle, and this rectangle is a unique rectangle pattern where the statement is if all the vertices of this rectangle is 4 and 6, then this is called a deadly pattern, and we have to avoid that because the solution will, there will be two solutions. If you put 4 over here, there will be 6, there will be 4, and there will be 6. And if you put 6 over here, there will be 4, there is 6, there is 4. So two possibilities is possible. That's why we have to avoid that. And to avoid that, we can say that if these three blue cells is 4 and 6, so these fourth cells cannot be 4 and 6. So we can remove 4 and 6 from these cells. So I am removing 4 and I am removing 6. So only remaining digit in this cell is 8. So I can put 8 in this. So now I can remove 8 from here and 8 from here. So I think now this puzzle is solved. The possibility of 8 will go in this cell. So I can remove 8 from here. And now the possibility of 8 in this cell will be here. So again, and since there is 8, so I can remove the 8 from here. So the possibility of 8 will be here, and 8 is solved now. Now let's move on to 4. So 4 is this one. So this 4 can be eliminated, and now this is also 4. So 4 can be eliminated from here and here. Okay. Now let's move on to 9. 9 can be in this cell, and 9 can be eliminated from these cells, and again 9 can be here, and 9 can be here, and 9 can be here and here. So 9 is solved now. Let's move on to 4. So the 4 can be here, here, and here. So the only remaining is 6. 6 can be here and here. So now the puzzle is solved. I think you enjoyed this video. I have used two top strategy over here in this video. That one was first one was I think XY wing, which we also call Y wing, and another one was unique rectangle. I hope you like this video. If you liked it, please like the video and comment on this video and share with your friends. Thank you. See you in the next video.